maybe we can think about more collective practices of care with more friendship relations and stick there for each other and care not only for a child, of course, but care for ourselves and our friends and our community. I think the topic caught my attention because of the different ways to portray it. Au pair is a visa category, and it's not very clear what they do. It's not very clear, the requirements are not very even depending on their destination. And I also met a lot of people in my own social life that has been arrived in Germany as au pairs. So there are a lot of people doing it and not much understanding of what it means to be an au pair. It's not only about a visa category, of course, but people are motivated by the idea of an intercultural exchange. And I think that's always fascinating, because to be brave enough to put yourself into a new culture and experience something different for a year, which is a lot of time, it's already fascinating enough. And even so, when with the conditions are not so clear, and how are they going to what tasks are they going to perform, and what are they expecting on this intercultural exchange, I think it's quite fascinating. And to immerse yourself in another family, to try to be part of another family is quite challenging and interesting.
Yeah. So you brought a book with you. What has this book to do with your research?
Yeah, this book is called Constellations of Care, and it's a book that reflects a bit more of different practices of caring for each other and taking care of child. And I think it's a great exercise to think about other formats, not only the traditional formats of someone in your home, babysitting or kindergarten or something like this. And it brings this exercise of maybe we can think about more collective practices of care with more friendship relations and stick there for each other and care not only for a child, of course, but care for ourselves and our friends and our community.
So it's more comprehensive in a way. Yeah,
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. How did you come to this topic? You already said that you know people who have done this au pair or are doing this. Is that the reason?
Yes, that was one of the reasons. Because I also, when I was planning to come to Germany, and I decided to use the mean of doing my master's, but of course I read a little bit about au pair and considered maybe taking an au pair exchange program. And I'm always interested on topics of gender studies, and I think au pair has a lot to do with gender and work performed by women that are not really recognized as work. So that was my main interest, of combining something that is in my daily life somehow, and my biggest interest in researching gender and these aspects of feminism.
Okay, so I know that you have been in the field lately, or are still in the field somehow. How do you collect your data?
Mostly I do interviews. I try to talk to people that are planning to do au pairs to understand what they expect from this program, what they understand of the program, and what are their plans for being an au pair and why are they choosing Germany. I also talked a lot with people that are already here, and also with families that are going to host people from other countries, to really understand what do they understand as of the au pair, what they think, what is the job of an au pair, what are the responsibilities, or what this program represents, and how are the requirements organized.
Okay, so you will try to get a comprehensive overview of the situation, with the people, with the young women who are doing the au pair or planning to do that or having done it, and the perspective of the families. How does it feel to do these interviews? What do you experience in these interviews?
I think because of my position of also being Brazilian, of also having migrating to Germany, they share a lot with me that maybe they wouldn't share with someone else. So it's a very mixed feeling of professionally and for scientific purpose it's great because I have a lot of input, but there's also a lot of emotions involved, and most of times the things they tell me are not easy to hear as a woman myself, as a migrant myself, so it feels a bit bittersweet. But also I think it's really great that we can have this communication, and it's great. It feels good.
Yeah, so it's not always very positive experiences that these young women make.
No, definitely not. There are a mix of really positive, medium terms, just regular, interesting experiences, but also really, really tough experiences and some trauma-related experiences too.
Because the families are, well, not that great where they are and so on. Or
I think it's mostly because of different expectations on what the program means and how much should a person really take care of the child, or how much would they work in housework tasks. And yes, of course, we are talking about a possible difference of powerful positions in terms of socioeconomic background, in terms of realities. Sometimes these people that are doing Aupairs, they really want to run away from their countries because of any conflict, and they are trying to seek for a better life. But yes, as the requirements and the explanation of what the program is and what is allowed to do and what they should be doing as Aupairs are not very clear, you have too much space to interpretation, and maybe sometimes some families expect them to be babysitters and domestic workers, and they don't expect that, so there is always this possibility of the conflict.
Yeah, so some families seem to look for cheap work.
Yes, it can happen quite often.
Yeah, yeah. You said that this book provides a comprehensive insight into care. Yeah. So, does somebody take care of these au pairs?
Not really, not while they are being au pairs, but I did notice a bit of this sense of community between the Brazilians, because they created really these platforms where they exchange information either on Facebook, on WhatsApp, and maybe it's a start of them taking care of each other and helping each other in cases of emergency where they can't stay anymore with the family and they don't have where to go. But I didn't really look that extensively in this perspective of the organization of the community. But I think it has some similarities to what I see in the book of sometimes it's just a friend that is nearby, and or a person that has the empathy that becomes a friend and just helps you in some situation that you need.
Yeah, but that means that there's no institution that takes care of these au pairs, right?
Yes, there is. In the case of Germany, where they usually don't use, there are agencies, but it's not really used because it's just more practical to do it through Facebook or through a specific website. And once they come, they only have the host family as a reference. Most of them never had any person to relate to in Germany. And there is no institutional support in the case of conflict. There is no institutional support if they need. There is this process of rematch, like when you feel like this family is we're not matching so much, so I will change to another one. But they have to do everything by themselves.
So this community that you are talking about, this online community or social media community, is really, really important for them.
Yes, definitely. And not only for gathering a lot of responsible information for the preparation, because they really have a lot of knowledge on visa requirements, on the procedure itself, but they also have a lot of experience-based knowledge on what to avoid in terms of, oh, maybe the advertisement of this family has some words that can be indicating a risk. So it's really important. And also when they are already here, they do have, when possible of course, because most of them don't have yet a very stable migration situation, but also for maybe giving shelter to someone. It happens, I saw it, this communication happening, so it's definitely really, really important.